Welcome to the Dysfunction Junkies podcast, where we may not have seen it all, but we've seen enough. And now, here are your hosts, Chrisy and Kerry.
Well, hello, junkies. Happy New Year. I don't know if you know what I'm referencing. Happy New Year.
Is it my favorite?
Frosty.
Oh. Well, he always said happy birthday.
Oh, he said, I ruined it. I totally ruined it.
You tried to slide that by me? Oh. I'm like, happy New Year.
I thought he was saying happy New Year. No, you're right. He did say happy birthday. All right,
he was totally nowhere near.
I'm the Kerry dumbass in that one. Going back to episode 1.
You were referencing what I'm going to get into in a little while, the Rudolph Shiny New Year.
Oh, is that where they talk about happy New Year?
Because they just say it in there.
Okay.
But, by the way, I'm Chrisy.
And I'm Kerry.
Happy New Year, everybody.
Happy New Year. Oh, I thought it was being all witty. Yeah,
you were witty.
Yeah, no, I really wasn't. I failed.
You can't, you can't get those by me because, again, I had no life. And I got all that crap kind of memorized.
It's the new year, 2025. Oh, my gosh. Do you do New Year's resolutions?
No.
None?
What?
Never?
No. No, I don't. I can't think of anything. But, I mean, be nicer to people? No. Don't eat all that junk food? No. No.
No.
How about you?
I've dabbled in it. It's usually the same list, lose weight, do whatever,
Oh, the lose weight thing.
Yeah.
I used to do that. Every year.
Yeah.
Started my diet season.
Yes. Right.
Horrible.
Right. Never works, So
No,
bought so many gym memberships on January 2nd. I couldn't even tell you, but no.
Yeah, no. All it did was create bigger problems.
But I have a surprise for you.
I need to hear this surprise.
So, I have decided, in honor of our friendship and how we met. Remember how we met?
I do.
Do you want to refresh our junkies out there who may not have listened yet to episode 1? How we met?
We met in high school, our sophomore year, because
Yep.
I didn't go to our high school my freshman year, in gym class.
Yes.
And you scolded me quite harshly because wasn't running.
Right.
We were supposed to be running.
Right.
And the whole class was going to get punished if I didn't pick up the pace.
Yeah, and I really wasn't a runner, and I was in a lot of pain, and because I was trying to, do what the teacher said, follow the rules. So, anyways, since that time in my life, I have dabbled in running, and how this started was when my son went to high school. One of the first girls that he started to like was in cross country. So we were living out in Las Vegas, and he was like, I want to go to her cross country meet. Well, her cross country meet was Mount Charleston, which is about 40 minutes outside Las Vegas. And so we went up there to this mountain, to this cross country race, and we were watching these kids race a 3.15K up this mountain. And so we went up there, and it was the first time I've ever was exposed to like a running group or a running race or a club. And I was actually really enthralled by all these people, and they were running and they were having such a good time. And there was so much camaraderie and support and love. And what did it for me was there was this like 80-year-old lady, and I have been trying to remember her name. And for the life of me, I've not been able to remember it. But she was running up this mountain. Perfect hair, just came from the salon, the blue hair, perfectly permed, cut. And now, mind you, she was running, but it was really like a slow walk, but with running movements.
Awesome. My favorite.
Yeah. I mean, she was going up this mountain. It was quite the incline, but she did this 3.1 race all the way up this mountain. And I was so impressed by her. And I'm like, oh my God, if that 80-year-old lady can run up this mountain, I should be able to do that. So I started running. Now, mind you, I am not fast. I still get that stitch in my side, whatever. But since then, when we were living in Las Vegas, I ran a couple marathons, a couple half marathons. Trust me, did not finish fast. I'm at the back of the pack, making sure everyone's okay. No one's falling in a pothole or anything. But I did it. I completed them. So it's been a while since I've run a marathon, and I've decided that for 2025, I'm going to run a marathon in honor of our friendship. That is my New Year's resolution.
That is amazing. I have seen you post things about being in races, running races.
Yeah.
And I scroll quickly past it because I get like the shakes and
traumatic memories of our first encounter.
You're not going to run a marathon?
No,
DJ.
no, I do like my spinning bike, and that's what I do.
Yes.
I do try to stay fit.
Yes.
And I am good at that. Bike into nowhere, buddies. That's what I like to do. Bike into nowhere.
I like the
Running
rower.
outside.
I'm more of a rower.
The rower I did for a while, but man, that is a workout.
Yes, it is.
It is. So, do you need me to like come there and move slowly so somebody yells at you and you can pass me up and bitch at me for not picking up the pace?
You are welcome to come and attend. I'm hoping to sign up for the Erie Marathon because that's in September and it's one of the flattest races in the country, which that's what I need. It's what I'm used to.
Man, that'd be the one I'd be looking for.
Exactly. So
nobody can accuse you of being stupid.
Right. So we'll see if I can get entered into that. And if that doesn't work out, I'll have to find another one. But yes, that is my New Year's resolution this year, is in honor of our podcast, in honor of our friendship. I thought that would be fun. And since obviously I didn't torture myself enough during the holidays by my lack of decorating, I'm going to torture myself all year by training for this marathon.
Well, you're making it up minute by minute, step by step to me.
I have to repair this friendship here.
You gotta suffer. And that this is big suffering here.
Yes.
Well, I'm going to make a resolution then that I'm going to support your resolution.
Oh, well, thank you.
That's my first New Year's resolution. Support Kerry in her resolution, because that's what friendship is all about.
There we go.
So, well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
I am very touched by that, and I thank you.
We'll see.
I'm going to have to figure out what I'm going to be able to do to something to honor our friendship. Give me a time. I'll come back to everybody later.
Okay. Well, you got all years. You got all years. So.
All right.
So how was your Thanksgiving? Ugh.
Well, that was
New Year's growing up.
Did
you do anything special?
No, just like my vacation life and everything else. Nothing special.
Did you have any special food? Because although we didn't have special food on Christmas Eve, and we had the same Christmas, Thanksgiving, and Easter dinner, we did have one special food on New Year's Day.
I wonder if it's the same.
I'm sure it is. Sauerkraut and kielbasa.
Yeah, and maybe throw some pork in there too. Short ribs.
All I can tell you is bleh.
Oh my God, you don't like? I still love, and I'm the only one that eats it. And I'll make a whole big crock pot full of it,
Bleh.
And then I'm the one eating it for a week. I mean, well, as long as you can eat it before it's just awful, but I love sauerkraut is so wonderful. It's of the earth. If anything, it's like that's the one thing I'm close to the earth with is that food, sauerkraut. Don't rinse it. People used to rinse it, and it's sour. You put the brown sugar in there, the greasy kielbasa. You're gonna get heartburn from that. And it's
your spirit food, is what you're saying. Sauerkraut is your spirit food instead of your spirit animal.
It's so wonderful, and it makes the house smell so delightful.
And that's the point. That is what I cannot stand. I don't like when I have to smell food for 12, 24 hours or whatever, and then eat it. Like, ugh. So if I don't necessarily mind eating sauerkraut and kielbasa, if I don't have to smell it for the day before. So if I went to a restaurant, I might order it there. Or if I go to somebody's house and they're serving it, I might have it because I haven't had to smell it for all day while it's cooking. But just the thought of waking up on New Year's morning and the smell of the house is just penetrated with that sauerkraut and kielbasa smell. Blech.
But you just brought up a good point. I never thought of it until just now.
What's that?
I don't remember ever seeing sauerkraut on a menu at any restaurant I've ever gone to in my life.
The closest you'll probably find is a Reuben sandwich.
Yeah, but they call it cabbage, don't they? Or do they actually say so? I guess they do.
They do, yeah.
They do call it sauerkraut.
And maybe I feel like some of the Amish restaurants around here you'll find it, or maybe in the area.
Germany, I guess.
Yeah, I know.
Fräulein wants some sauerkraut. I'm on board with you.
Yeah, no, not a fan.
I shovel it in my husband's face because he has to have at least one spoonful. Don't ask me why. My years have not been better or worse for
luck.
it.
Sauerkraut, you made me eat. No luck.
I know. I'm sorry. I keep trying. He won't eat it. He doesn't like it. No, I believe his family probably had it too. He just avoided it.
Did you put hot dogs in yours?
No. What? Wait a minute. Are you going to a ball game or what are you doing? Celebrating New Year's?
Poor family here. Remember, poor family. We grew up. So we had sauerkraut and kielbasa, but it also had hot dogs in it.
Filler. In the closest meaning of the word.
Yeah.
Hot dogs are full of filler and you filled up your sauerkraut.
So my mom would buy like one of those links of the kielbasa, but there was more hot dog in it than kielbasa, probably because it was cheaper, but yeah.
Right.
Yeah, so I can't do it.
I'm not saying it would be horrible, but yeah, no, that almost seems like a crime has been committed when you're not having hot dogs for baseball or something. But hey, anybody else out there putting hot dogs in your sauerkraut? I'm going to tell you, I don't know how I feel about that, but you guys be you. You do you and we'll do us.
You'll marinate on that for a week. And next week's episodes, we might be coming back to that. Chrissy might have more thoughts. So.
Yeah. So, yeah, because they hit me later. I'm not real quick. The other food I do equate with New Year's, only because I had to eat it as a child, because I was usually babysat on New Year's. Everybody was older and had places to go and people to see, and pizza rolls.
Really?
Yeah. They're awful. But you got excited sticking those bad boys in the oven and then burning your face off because you bit into it and it was scalding hot inside. But
pizza rolls are a staple and one of our staples in our house.
You like them? Or purposely you have them in your house?
Yes, yeah. My son and my husband definitely like them a lot. But I mean, I'll partake in them. I don't think they're horrible, but I mean, yeah. So that we kind of like our pizza rolls. Yeah. But we never had them on any holiday. Well, that was definitely something later in life. That was never something we had growing up.
The lady who had to watch me. I guess she had to watch me. I don't know. She's a very nice lady.
Did she come to your house or did you have to go to her house?
I went to her house because actually. Her name was Millie. She was my brother-in-law who was married to my oldest sister. It was his mother. And what's funny about that is that my sister did marry the boy next door. They live next door to us.
Oh, okay.
So when I was real little, that was convenient to just take me over there. And she watched me for New Year's, and we would have pizza rolls and watch that horrible show.
Which one?
The only one there is. I'm trying to think, is there any New Year's? There's just that horrible. Again, here comes Rudolph.
Oh, gosh.
Here he comes. Gotta be a shithead through another holiday. Rudolph, shiny New Year.
Oh, my gosh.
So, but, yeah, as far, we can double back to that, but as far as doing stuff on New Year's or family things, do you have?
No, we really didn't do too much. No, we would have everybody over, or like maybe they spent the night if we had, a New Year's Eve party or whatever. Our family plays a lot of cards. So we would play cards a lot. And then, so New Year's Day was usually playing cards and having the sauerkraut and kielbasa. That was usually pretty much it. But later in life, I did, when I moved out to Las Vegas, I did the whole going out onto the strip of Las Vegas on New Year's Eve. And that would be the equivalent of the New York Dick Clark kind of ball drop thing. And that was a one and done. Glad I did it once, but probably never going to do that again. That was way too many people. That'd be like it's how I felt that day on New Year's Eve with all those people and being crowded on that strip in Las Vegas was how I imagined being on a cruise ship. So yeah, I'm not going to do that again.
Yeah, it sounds terrifying.
It was terrifying. Yeah, it was terrifying.
Who are these people out there in New York? Do they bust those people? I mean, where do they come? They're just there. Some people I think would probably actually go there on purpose.
That's their vacation. They're going there. I don't think.
Those people are all pissing all over the street.
They are.
And
yes, they are.
I mean, I'm sorry. You're there. I see you on the TV. Congrats.
Yeah.
you're wearing crazy hats and weird glasses with numbers on them. And
at least when I did it in Las Vegas, I mean, yeah, it gets cold in Vegas. I mean, it's not, even though it's in the desert, it's still cold, but you're not freezing your tail off like you would be in New York. I mean, sometimes there it's like snow and ice and negative temperatures and stuff. Like, why would you want to do that? Like, why? I don't get that. Yeah.
But the people who do it,
they're dedicated,
feel very strongly about it, and look at us like we are lost souls, that we wouldn't have any interest in doing it. And that's fine. Because you can say you did it, and I sure as hell can tell you that I can say I never, ever wanted to do that.
Yeah, I did it once just to say, hey, I did it, but no desire to do it again.
No, and Dick Clark was always such a joy.
Yeah.
I mean, people try to fill that void. It doesn't happen. It's gotta be Dick Clark.
He was classic.
The worst entertainment in the world, though. The worst. Generally, everybody was lip syncing their music, and it was just awful. Awful entertainment. Why are we watching this? I don't remember ever saying I have to watch Dick Clark's New Year's Rockin' Eve Ball because Belle Biv DeVoe is coming up, and I can't miss that.
Yeah.
Never ever said those words.
Nope.
But going back to Rudolph.
Yes.
Because I know everybody's waiting for Rudolph. What the hell was up with that show? And people still watch it. I'm sure I have it somewhere here.
You probably
My kids
do.
probably put it in. I try to block it out.
That's one of the few ones. I mean, my husband has that whole collection of the Rudolph and Frosty and all that, but I don't think he has the Shiny New Year one.
Not missing anything.
Maybe that'll be his Christmas present.
It's just like really awful. The baby New Year.
Oh, the baby.
I don't know where the hell this concept come from. Okay, fine. Baby New Year. New Year gets...
Baby Jesus, I guess, needed a cousin.
I don't know. You can't move on to the next year without a baby. And this baby was wearing a top hat all the time and just a diaper. I don't know what the hell look that is. Chippendales. I don't know what was going on there. And this hideous bird. What's the bird's name? Eon. Thank you, DJ Nick. Wants to get rid of Baby New Year. What I don't understand is why the bird was going to drop dead if he didn't stop the New Year. His time was up at the end. I'm trying to remember this show now. It was horrible. The only thing I can tell you for sure, people, is it is horrible that when that kid took his hat off and those ears came out. Those ears! Nick, do it.
Those ears!
Yeah. And that's how actually the bird was worried about dying. Because if the New Year came, he was dead anyhow. He flipping fell off the mountain and died anyhow because the ear... Is that how he died? I can't remember. I'm not watching it. I'm not watching it. People write in and tell me how this damn thing...
What is up with all these things dying in these things? We have, the tragic death of Frosty melting and terror for the little Karen.
Yeah, that was horrible.
So...
because it's just... It just is. We have to be taught, especially our generation had to be taught at an early age that it's going to happen, I guess. I don't know. It's horrifying, these things, maybe we thought too much in it. I'm sure, I hate ruining it for you people out there, but I'm sure there are people out there that are just like, Chrissy, we just sat and watched this stuff.
It was lovely.
We loved the music. We loved the story. We loved Rudolph and Frosty, and we got the plushies and the blankets, and we sit by the tree and enjoy hot chocolate, drink it out of a Frosty or Rudolph mug, and that's all fine and well. But I was sitting there thinking, shit's going down, people. This is not good. But you could sit there with that smile on your face. But I'm reading between the lines here, and they're prepping us for something awful.
The year to come.
That's right. And so, very, very...
Did you ever get to go to any, New Year's parties or anything? As you got older, when you didn't have to be watched by Millie?
Yeah, finally they got me to get dolled up. I only remember one. I don't even know that you and I have ever gone to. We've gone to friends' houses.
Yes.
And we've had people for New Year's. Not often, but once in a while. And that's all well and good. And I think a majority of people probably do that.
Yeah.
But one year I do remember we got tickets to go to one of the halls, social halls in our area for New Year's, and provided you with, like your drinks,
the food,
and you had dancing.
Yes.
I was still below underage. It was when I was in high school.
I was just going to say middle school, high school.
Yeah, I think it was like 15, I think.
Okay.
In fact, well, no, my memory. I can tell you exactly what it was. December 31st, 1987. Why am I pretending I didn't know exactly when this nightmare happened?
So this is right about when we met.
Yes.
Okay.
It would have been my sophomore year.
Yeah. We must not have been buddies yet because I didn't get a ticket to go with you that night.
Well, I think we were friends because that was right after we went to that dance.
Oh, yeah.
Together.
Okay. So maybe I wasn't allowed to go with you. Anyway, so tell us about this party. What was so great?
Believe me, I probably knew it was going to be a nightmare from the moment it was scheduled.
You were saying
it wasn't going to, but just the hostility of my father. I'm betting he might have been mad that he had to do this because he was a Freemason.
Yes.
And they might have been having some sort of gathering.
Oh, they were having their own thing.
Well, I don't know that they actually had, like, for Freemasons, like a New Year's thing, but he had his friends in that organization, and he enjoyed doing things with them very much. And somebody might have been having a get-together.
Right.
Somehow, either he thought it was a good idea to do this and then second-guessed himself, or somebody made him feel like
your mom
he should
trumped him and said, no, you're going to do this.
Yeah, we're going to do the family thing.
Right. So I want to go dancing New Year's Eve. You're coming.
Well.
Pulled the mom card.
Might have.
Wife card.
Something. But big mistake, because then my father just harbors hostility through the whole thing. And it's just a build-up to when he's going to explode. And eventually he did. If he complained about food, alcohol, both. It turned into a big shit show. And I just remember I was miserable. And I think I left with my one sister, and she snuck me into a bar.
So you left that, and then you went to a bar with your sister?
And her husband at the time. And
jeez, oh, peace.
It was a neighborhood dive. I could probably even name it, but I'm not going to.
Yeah, please don't.
I don't want to, and it's not there anymore anyhow.
Oh, okay.
It was just a neighborhood dive bar. And
yeah, I only went to one. Oh, well, my husband and I, when we first moved back here to Ohio back in 2013, we were friends with a couple, and they wanted to go to those places, like you said, rent a hall and everything. So we went to a couple of them, but my husband doesn't like to dance, so he will sit and watch me dance, and everyone else dance, but he doesn't want to get up and dance. So, it was nice for the food and the camaraderie. And again, it was nice to check it off that bucket list and say we've done that. But yeah, no, not my thing. New Year's Eve, usually in bed by about 9.
Smart.
Yes.
That's the smart thing to do. And I do talk to a lot of people with New Year's. They would prefer just to be asleep when it happens. And let me tell you, New Year's is, in my opinion, again, here comes my opinion, the most depressing day of the year.
Oh,
it's not your birthday. Forget that birthday thing. Everybody gets, I'm getting a year older. I'm so depressed. I can't believe it. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
New Year's, that clock ticks over.
Really?
It is like the countdown to death. Again, here with the death. I'm here to ruin every holiday for everyone out there.
Oh,
but it is. You count down.
Yeah.
Now you're in another year. What's going to happen this year? Am I going to drop dead this year? I don't know. What the hell? It's a whole new year. I'm terrified. It's awful.
There's no hope of, this is going to be the year that we do something great or fabulous or whatever. No, it's all death and damnation.
Yes. Do you have thoughts like that?
Yes. Not of death and damnation.
No, you're on the other end.
Yes.
You're like, this is going to be my year.
It is.
Things are going to happen.
Usually the year before was so shitty. It's like next year has to be better. This year
But see, the year before that, you were sitting on New Year's Eve that year before saying this is going to be, and now you just told me the year was shitty.
I know. Yeah. Yeah.
You might as well just prepare yourself. You're lying. Look, I want everybody to have fantastic, upcoming years.
Yeah.
I want to have a fantastic upcoming year. Already, I'm on track to have a fantastic upcoming year because I am with my friend, and I'm hopefully I'm entertaining all of you out there. And
so see, there it is. There's your ray of light.
So maybe
Yay, I've rubbed off on you.
2025 is gonna be that one year where I can maybe sit there for a second and say, "Huh? Nah."
Oh, Chrissy.
But I love the fact that you guys have gone out, you partied hard, you had a great time, you wore the crazy hats and blew all the confetti all over the place. Somebody's going to clean that shit up. I mean, you know.
Here's my biggest beef, I think, with New Year's. It's the people shooting the guns. Now, see, when we were in Las Vegas, we experienced this a little bit more than here back east. But in Las Vegas, this is like this phenomenon, these holidays, especially on New Year's Eve, New Year's Eve, let's everybody go outside and shoot our guns straight up into the air. And, well, I'm sorry, what goes up must come down. Where those bullets coming down at, you know?
Okay, great. Now I'm completely freaked out. But it's weird you say that because, yes, actually... when I was very little,
yes,
some parent would stay home. Maybe they just weren't going out yet, or they didn't make plans that night. But when I was very little, I do remember my father taking me in the stroke of midnight, going out and standing on the porch to hear the chaos.
Oh, okay.
And it was gunfire.
Yeah.
And it was, but
yes.
If you know where we're from, I mean,
that was right. That could be any night.
It was comforting.
Yes, it was comforting. Well,
but now you're telling me stuff's coming down. Jeez,
well,
man.
What goes up must come down.
It's
and so
true.
I do remember there were a couple years living in Las Vegas, and I would just dread New Year's Eve or July 4th was another one because I was so worried about this. And especially the one place that we lived in, I literally slept on the floor because I was afraid of stray bullets coming through the house because all these people just outside just shooting their guns, you know.
This was in Vegas.
This was in Vegas, yeah.
Wow.
So, but you know, houses are closer together, you know, like you're like on top of each other and everything. But I wouldn't go outside on New Year's Eve because like to celebrate or whatever, because I'm like, no, there's stray bullets, people. So, yeah. So.
No ordinances against that.
Oh, yeah, there's ordinances, but
nobody's paying attention.
Well, how are you going to enforce that? I mean, like you got 100,000 people or whatever the population is, but you got all these people shooting. Oh, there's no way they can. I mean, I know here in maybe here in the area that we live in, they have that thing called shots fired. And if you fire a gun, it tells you kind of the exact location the police respond. But we didn't have that there, but still, yeah, it's crazy town.
That is crazy.
Yeah.
I understand people want to celebrate. Fireworks would achieve the same thing.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, and they're illegal too, at least out west they were because of the fire hazard of them. But I would much rather have a firework going off and look at something pretty than hear something go off and then have to worry of coming through my house. But yeah. So no, not a big fan of it. So
well, I mean, I can totally get it. So then you get through the new year.
Yep. And now what do we got to look forward to? What's coming up next for us?
Well, January through March, and my whole thing was just depressing.
Right.
And that's usually when the weather showed up that you wanted to have for Christmas.
Yeah, this is true.
And you're like, but I'm so not interested in this now.
Right, no.
You'd really just rather go into like 60 degree, 70 degree. I guess when you're out west, you kind of are there, but...
Yeah, I'm not looking forward to the next 3 months of snow and slush and ice and melt and rain and then, you know, rinse and repeat, same thing over in cold weather. No, not looking forward to it. Mm-hmm. When's the next vacation? I think I got one coming up to get away from all this. I need another one.
I'm sure you do. I have, let me think. Is there anything coming up on TV I might want to watch? I don't know. That's my whole thing. I'm just waiting for something good to show up.
Yeah,
on
because
TV.
right now we're in the lull, even on TV shows. You know, things are on break, so they got to wait till they come back. But
yeah, I'm old school. The season started in like with the school.
Yes,
year.
yes,
that was seasons to me.
Right
Now they have seasons for different shows. It's so so weird.
Well. So the one thing I best get going then is I need to go start running because I got that marathon to run. I better go get my ass in shape.
And I guess, I mean, God love you. God love you.
No.
The running. I know some other people, family and some friends who also post. They are very involved with running and marathons, and they all look very happy. They're like happy.
I know.
Smiling.
It's one of those things that when you finish, it's like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to do this again. But then at the same time, you're so elated and happy. And the next morning you find yourself back on trying to find something else to sign up for, but whatever.
Wow.
So, but this year I have a little different motivation. So,
well, I appreciate
Yes.
that. That is lovely. And I am your number one fan. I need a shirt with your name on it.
I'll wear
a sandwich board.
I'll wear a sandwich board. I'll wear a Dysfunction Junkies shirt when I run.
That's
so.
the best one to wear.
It
so, yeah.
All right, junkies. Well, Happy New Year. Please make sure to check out our Facebook page and maybe give us what your New Year's resolutions are. Do you look at the new year as something to look forward to for great things to come? Are you about gloom and despair? So are you a Chrisy or are you a Kerry?
That's right. That's a perfect way to put it. And I like the fact that I am part of the gloom and despair group. I will rep that all the way.
Well, you're wearing a black t-shirt right now, so you're good to go.
I am, yeah. So, yeah. And one thing we are looking forward to is 2025
Yes.
and our junkies and
Yes.
growing our family and keeping our family laughing
Yes.
and keeping you in your safe place.
Yes, absolutely. All right, junkies. We'll see you next week. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Duck and cover.